Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. Steve Kerr has been the Warriors coach for several years, and the strain eventually sets in, both in his relationships with the players and in his physical fatigue. That's why Kerr clearly stated that he will not accept a new contract extension and will wait until the end of the season to decide whether or not to continue with the Warriors. Steve Kerr has indicated that he's tired, and this will likely be his last season with the Warriors. Coach Steve Kerr has led the Warriors to 4 titles, including 3 in 4 seasons, with what is arguably the greatest NBA team of all time. While there are questions about his future, it's clear Kerr loves his job. "I love my job," Kerr said. "I love what I do every day." The Warriors will do everything they can to return to title contention in the 2025-26 season, and they will do so with their coach, Steve Kerr, entering the final year of his contract. Kerr will be entering the final year of the 2-year, $35 million extension he signed in February of the 2023-24 season. The 60-year-old coach will be entering his 12th season in the Bay Area. There are questions about Kerr's future as the new season approaches, and he addressed the uncertainty head-on Tuesday. "We talked about it, there's no reason for discussion or concern. This is a point in our relationship where we'll see how it goes at the end of the year." Kerr has established himself as a mainstay in Golden State and certainly a future Hall of Famer. Heading into year 12, Kerr will attempt to bring the title back under his belt, led by his 3 stars in Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, and Draymond Green. The Warriors have veteran and championship leadership on their side, led by Kerr. Steve Kerr declares he will decline a new contract extension. "I think one of the things I know is that in all sports, there's a sort of expiration date on coaching jobs," Kerr said. "And if you, as a coach, feel like you're not working out anymore, then it's time to go. The travel, the length of the season, it starts to wear on you a little bit. Life, comes into the equation, family, all those things. So, really, it's more about, we'll see how everything plays out at the end of the year or mid-year, whenever it is," Kerr said. Steve Kerr says his departure from the Warriors will happen the right way. "I've said this before, I think whatever happens, it will happen in a really quality way, the right way," Kerr said. "There will be nothing but gratitude and appreciation." Steve Kerr explains how Jonathan Kuminga could benefit most on the Warriors from Al Horford's arrival. Jonathan Kuminga suffered a lot last year due to the Golden State Warriors center position. His playing time and playing style were deeply affected because of spacing issues. Head coach Steve Kerr has been cognizant of that since last season. But there was nothing the Warriors head coach could do to help Kuminga. The lineups were not fit for the power forward to showcase his full abilities since the paint was mostly clogged due to Draymond Green and Kevin Looney's lack of a shooting threat. This season, though, things have slightly changed, and the Warriors have signed a true stretch 5 who could make things better for Kuminga. Talking to Tim Kawakami on the TK show, Kerr went in depth on Kuminga's fit around the 20-minute mark. "I mean, that's part of the reason that JK hasn't played as much as he has wanted to because it's been tougher to find, a lot of combinations that click. And, because of the idea that you need shooting in the modern NBA, a space 5 could be something that really helps him," Kerr said. The Warriors struggled to put Kuminga with anyone last year. They did have 7-feet-tall Quinton Post as an option, but his defense and maturity weren't quite there yet. Kuminga will have the benefit of Al Horford giving him the space needed in the paint to drive to the basket and make the plays that he's the most efficient at. Last year, Kuminga posted 15.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.1 assists on average through 47 games, where he got to play 24.3 minutes per game. Due to the injury and the inability to find a fit, he shot 45.4% from the field and only 30.5% from the three-point line. Whereas if you look at the 2023-24 season, he shot 52.9% from the field and 32.1% from deep, which means his performance saw a massive dip last season. On the other hand, Al Horford averaged 9.0 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.2 assists. He also shot 36.3% from the three-point line last season. It is exceptional for a big man, since that makes him a real threat on the court, not just theoretically. Horford also averaged 5.2 three-point attempts every game, which means he will be able to stand at the perimeter and demand a defensive posting, which in turn clears the paint area for Kuminga. This inside-outside combination could be a key threat for the Warriors' opponents. According to Kerr, his best game comes out with Stephen Curry and Brandon Podziemski. But outside these two, there aren't many two-man or three-man combos that fit well with Kuminga. And these two players, as well, Kerr revealed, can fit in with anyone, so it's not like it helped Kuminga's case last year. Throughout this offseason, tensions had been running high between the two parties. Still, it appears that the contract extension has resolved any existing issues, and the Warriors are now ready to move ahead together. Jonathan Kuminga reportedly at peace after contract extension. After a rigorous and public holdout over his contract negotiations, Kuminga was finally able to reach a respectable extension of $48.5 million. With the ugly negotiations behind him, Kuminga is looking towards the future and happily training with the Warriors again. Happiness, joy, peace. I saw Kuminga dance after the game. He told me he was at peace. I think the guys, Steph, Draymond, Jimmy, and Buddy Hield played a good role in giving him support. At Golden State, he says, I'm committed here, and I want to win a championship here. So it didn't sound like somebody who's trying to force his way out. It has been a roller coaster ride for the 23-year-old power forward and the Golden State Warriors. But now that things have settled down and the roster is somewhat ready, they face a new challenge of making it work. Head coach Steve Kerr is one of the few people who can actually get it done. Warriors shock fans. Jonathan Kuminga trade rumors erupt amid strained relationships and looming deadline. Warriors face uncertainty with Kuminga as trade rumors swirl. The future of Jonathan Kuminga with the Golden State Warriors has become a hot topic, especially after his recent re-signing with the franchise. However, new insights suggest that his stay might be shorter than expected. According to NBA insider Jake Fisher, the Warriors are poised to explore trade options for the young forward during the upcoming season. Trade eligibility and looming deadlines. Kuminga, who has shown promise as a dynamic player, will become eligible for trade on January 15. The Warriors are expected to gauge interest and potential returns for the 22-year-old before the February 5 trade deadline. Fisher noted, the mounting expectation is that the Warriors will make Kuminga available in the trade market once he becomes eligible. This decision is not made lightly. The relationship between Kuminga and the organization has reportedly become strained following protracted negotiations over his contract. Fisher emphasized that how Kuminga fits within the evolving dynamics of the Warriors, particularly in the context of the Jimmy Butler era, will be a significant storyline as the season unfolds. Kuminga's ability to solidify a consistent role under head coach Steve Kerr remains a critical factor in determining his future with the team. In the past, he has struggled to find his footing within the Warriors' rotation, which raises questions about his long-term prospects. Fisher pointed out that if Kuminga cannot carve out a reliable position, his name is likely to dominate trade discussions as the season progresses. As the Warriors prepare for what could be a pivotal season, all eyes will be on Kuminga. His performance in the early months will not only impact his standing with the team but also shape the Warriors' approach to the trade market. Whether he can rise to the occasion and meet the expectations placed upon him will be key for both his career and the franchise's future. Steve Kerr gives Jonathan Kuminga a painful truth before Warriors season even starts. The fit concerns won't go away, October 7, 2025. Steve Kerr has never been one to mince his words regarding Jonathan Kuminga, particularly after Jimmy Butler's arrival in February that only made the young forward's fit with the Golden State Warriors all the more concerning. Kerr's very public admission of those fit issues undoubtedly played a role in Kuminga's drawn-out free agency process, but that hasn't stopped the head coach from once again delivering a painful reality to the 23-year-old on the eve of the season. Steve Kerr has again spoken on Jonathan Kuminga's fit concerns. Speaking recently with Tim Kawakami of the San Francisco Standard, Kerr once again discussed the problem after Kuminga eventually signed a 2-year, $48.5 million contract with the franchise last week. To be really blunt, that's part of the reason that JK hasn't played as much as he has wanted to, because it's been tougher to find a lot of combinations that click, Kerr said. The fit between Kuminga, Butler, and Draymond Green is a big concern in particular, perhaps making it unlikely that the former 7th overall pick will get a starting role over the likes of fellow youngsters Moses Moody and Brandon Podziemski entering the season. However, there is one saving grace in the form of Al Horford, the veteran center whose arrival at the Warriors could be of huge benefit to Kuminga specifically. He hasn't necessarily played a whole lot with a stretch big, at least a starting caliber one, over his first 4 years in the league, with Kerr pointing to it as a potential way towards a bigger role in the rotation. And because of the idea that you need shooting in the modern NBA, a space 5 could be something that really helps him, Kerr said of Kuminga. Kerr also noted playing Kuminga more alongside Podziemski and Stephen Curry, observing both guards' ability to play in a multitude of different lineups. Essentially, it's anything to get Kuminga away from the combination of Butler and Green, with Kerr unlikely to play all three together for heavy minutes this season. Perhaps he should do more of it in the preseason to give it an opportunity, particularly when they're now 3 of Golden State's 4 highest-paid players. It doesn't matter how good Kuminga is alongside Horford, Curry, or anyone else, his minutes are always going to be limited until such time Kerr believes he can play with Butler and Green effectively. Kuminga made an interesting but largely positive start after a controversial offseason, recording 5 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists and a block on 2 of 3 shooting during the Warriors' preseason opener against the Los Angeles Lakers on Sunday. Stephen Curry explains what he refuses to do when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga's form. Jonathan Kuminga and Stephen Curry lined up together against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Golden State Warriors cruised through their preseason opener, handling the Lakers without any real trouble. Moses Moody's play helped the Warriors to a 111-103 victory, but most of the attention remained on how Kuminga performed. Stephen Curry refuses to overreact to Jonathan Kuminga's preseason showing. Stephen Curry finished the night with 14 points, just behind Moses Moody, who led the team with 19. Kuminga did not have much of an impact on the scoreboard, managing only 5 points, but he did chip in with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. After the game, Curry was asked for his take on Kuminga's outing. His response suggested he did not see much point in picking apart a preseason appearance. It was business as usual. Just come and play, give effort, continue to try to get better. I'm not going to overanalyze every minute he's out there. It's not good for anybody. It's just, can we win? Can he be a part of that? No matter how it looks, so excited for him to get his legs underneath him and keep building. Curry had already been supporting Kuminga during his contract negotiations earlier this year. The preseason is not really a time for harsh criticism anyway, and Steph seemed more interested in backing his teammate than picking apart anything minor. Stephen Curry says there's little to learn from Warriors' preseason win. Curry also discussed his thoughts on the Warriors' 1-0 preseason start, in addition to his comments on Kuminga. There's not much to take away from a preseason game. We didn't do any personnel scouts or anything. It was just, can get your wind underneath you, get up and down, timing. Just get used to the sights and the sounds of a full arena again, he said. It is a fair way to look at it. The purpose of preseason is just to get players ready for opening night. Reading too much into individual performances can be counterproductive this early on. Young Warriors guard looking to take a leap. In the Golden State Warriors' first preseason game, Moses Moody put any doubts to rest with an astonishing 19 points in 15 minutes. The former 14th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft has yet to find a clear-cut role on the Warriors, but fans, teammates, and analysts alike see potential for his breakout this upcoming season. Stephen Curry pays respect to Moody. Moody has consistently shown improvement in his game each season so far, primarily serving as a bench piece for the Warriors. Last season, his minutes increased to 22 per game, along with knocking down 37% of his three-point attempts, with an average of 4.6 attempts per game. It's remarkable how far his game has come, considering his career high of 30 points back in 2022. The gradual rise Moody has shown under the radar is a testament to his hard work, and his peers have taken notice. Stephen Curry stated that Moody's offseason performance was probably the best of his career so far. Moody looking to have his best season yet. The confidence Moody has maintained has proven to pay off, and the versatility he possesses was on full display against the Lakers. Beyond standing his ground defensively, the variety of three-point attempts he converted was impressive. Last season, Moody was actually playing through a thumb injury on his shooting hand. The steps he has taken, combined with the fortitude he possesses at only 22,